Hey parents, I'm Gina. I'm a speech therapist and a mom. My channel is all about providing support to parents and making sure that your child is prepared no matter what grade or stage they're in of their life. I want to help you all the way from birth through school age. I'm here for you. I want to use my education as well as my experience as a parent. So if you have something you're struggling with or you just can't seem to help out your child and you need a little bit of help or pointers, comment down below. I'm here to help you. I want to make a video for you. I want us to provide support to your family. But I already did a series that was all about the level 1 for preschool aged kids, ages 2 to 3, to help out your child get ready for kindergarten. This is still a kindergarten prep, but it's the next stage. So we're talking ages 3 to 5. So there's a lot of different things we're going to talk about. Rhyming, which we already did explain at the ages 2 to 3, your child will be able to decide if something rhymes, like if you say, do bat and mug sound the same? Yes or no? They would be able to tell that by the time they're 3 years old. But between 3 and 4, we expect them to be able to make up their own rhymes. I know, it seems crazy, but they can do it. So we're going to use the alphabet, sort of like we did in the beginning stages. I tried to introduce using the alphabet just so that they got an idea of what the next step would be like. But now we're actually going to have them make words. So this is not where I'm going to do it. I'll put a little bit of sample at the end for you so you can see what your child will be working on, but I'll create a separate video with practice exercises for your child to make rhyming words. Really, really important that they do this. I recommend doing it at least once a week, especially if they've already passed through that first rhyming phase and they're mastering that practice exercise. Definitely start working on this one. Now, in order to make rhymes, they have to know their letter sounds. It's so important when they're working on essentially what they're doing is spelling. I know, sounding things out and spelling. So they have to know their letter sounds. It's okay if they don't. Go back. I have a video just for you. I did 3 videos on this. One was explaining to you as the parent when your child should master or be able to say every sound in the initial, medial, and final position of the word. So for example, if I said ballet, ba is the initial part, the first letter of the word. La, ballet is the middle place. So the L sound, and ballet. So it actually ends with a T. You don't hear it. But if I said mug, the G at the end, that's the final part. So that video I made for you parents was just to give you an idea of when your child should be able to say those words and sound the right way. Then I made a second video for your kids to practice letter sounds. And a third video, if they were having trouble saying any of those certain sounds, the third video is the same thing as the second one, but with some pointers of how they can shape their mouth, whether it should be round or wide, like a smile, or maybe if they should stick out their tongue or put it behind their teeth, keep their tongue inside their mouth. So it gives them all kinds of pointers. So make sure that they're doing these letter sounds. If they don't know them yet, that's okay. I recommend that your child practices 2 times a day. Each video is 6 minutes. So that's only 12 minutes of time. You don't need to be practicing with them though. You can be making dinner or maybe just watching a little bit of TV. But go ahead and set them up with these twice a day if you can and really get them to just practice, practice, practice. So the set that was included in my first video set, letter sounds, rhyming at the first level, and I also gave you guys some sight words. I want your children to keep practicing those sight words. The preschool sight words list, there's about 50 words, and it's really, really important as they go into kindergarten that they know those words. The only way they're going to know them is if they watch them. So I recommend making them watch them once a day if you can. It'll be just a word with a sentence. So you'll see the word first, they can take a guess, and then I give them a sentence with a picture. Like, for example, I have the word up, and I'll show them the word up in lowercase black and white letters and say, what do you guys think this is? Do you know that word? No? That's okay. No problem. And then I'll say, the word is up. And I'll say, look up in the sky. I see a superhero. And there may be a picture of a superhero up in the sky with the word up circled so they can see it again. This will just drill these words into their brain. I'm not going to keep going on and on about the first series, but if you haven't seen it yet, go back. If your child hasn't mastered these skills, go back. I say that because we're going to cover new things about rhyming to the next level and rhyme and onset, which is different from rhyming, as well as I want to work on just combining different sounds. So I'm going to teach you guys to do this and teach them this, but it's important that they follow the steps in the order. So once they've mastered the first video, then start level 2. But today we're just doing rhyming. So I promise you, I don't do this much blah, 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 chit, chat, chat every time. But when I start a new series, I like to make sure that you're ready and that you know what you're doing as you're moving forward. So that's why I give an introduction and explain the last series, just to make sure that your kid's on track and that you're not jumping ahead. You don't want them to start trying to run before they can even crawl. I know, you remember that part. It's crazy, went fast. Now we're working on spelling. It's crazy. So rhyming. At this age, 3 to 4 years old, they should be able to make their own rhymes. So we'll do a couple examples together, and then I will just encourage you, again, practice exercises for your kids. It'll be a separate video. You can play, they can work on, they don't need your feedback or your help with it. You can, but you can also use this time for them to just jump in. What I want you to do, though, is just go through the alphabet consonants with them. There'll be a screen with them there, and then there'll be a sound cluster, which is actually going to be your onset and your rhyme, but we'll talk about that later. And they will make up and decide if the word sounds like a rhyming word. So they're actually making rhyming words. So let me know if you have questions down below, especially after you see the sample. And then please encourage your children to practice them every week if you can. So let me know. And don't forget to subscribe down below and ring my bell. If you ring my bell, you'll be notified when the next video of this series or any videos are posted. I post new videos every single week. Thanks, guys. Hang in there. Let's get started on practice. Let's compare answers and review the words that we can make. Okay, so I crossed off all the letters that I could not make a word with. So, are you ready to look at the words? Let's do this. When we use the word B, or the letter that makes the sound B, we have the word bat. Awesome job. Let's do another. When we use the letter C, it says S or K, so we can make the word cat. Ka-at. We can use the letter F that makes the sound F. Fa-at. That Pillsbury Doughboys had a couple cookies. Okay, great job. When we combine the H, at, we have hat. I love wearing hats. How about you? The letter M says at. That spells mat. You're doing great. Let's do some more. The next one's tricky. Okay, at. N says but it's spelled with a G. So I put a G here, but I crossed it off just so you can know we're just talking about the sounds that letters make. So it actually says at, even though it starts with the letter G. It uses an N sound. Good job. Let's do some more. P says pa, at, at. She pats the cat on the head. They rhyme. Okay, R says at. Rat. We made the word rat. Great job making your words. I'm so excited for you. S says at. Sat. We have another word. The boy sat in the chair. Take a look. All the rest of the letters are crossed off, so we can't make any more words with at that rhyme. Please subscribe down below and make sure you let me know if you have any questions. I hope your kids enjoy the practice. Thanks for stopping by.